What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you get anything from this content, consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. I truly do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. I've been trying to do a deep dive into this case. I've been watching this trial. I've been going through the information, looking up all the rumors, looking up all the evidence, looking up everything that's been said, what the prosecution has said, what the defense has said. It's been a lot, right? I have a few issues with the things that the prosecutor has said. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me as far as motive. It seems like he had that already. It doesn't seem like that's why he did it. Now, am I saying that I don't believe that he did it? No, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I don't know, obviously, because we don't have direct evidence tying him to it, so I don't know beyond a reasonable doubt at the moment. But it sure seems like he is guilty, right? But then there's all these little tidbits that don't fit, right? I really want to talk about the motive because I don't believe the motive makes sense. I don't believe the prosecution has got that motive correct. I don't believe that's why this happened. Now, when it comes to the boating accident and his son being liable, and if his son is murdered, then he's not liable for what his son done. Maybe, I don't know. It was the family boat that the accident happened with, so it's still his insurance. So I don't know if that gets rid of it. But when it comes to he needed sympathy, so his law firm wouldn't continue to investigate into the money that was missing, so they wouldn't find out he had been stealing money until he could kick the can down the road a little farther and get the money put back so he could pay it and not get in any trouble. They're saying that he killed his family, his wife and his 22-year-old son, so that he could just buy himself a little more time to not get caught, even though earlier that day his father had went to the hospital and was dying. Everybody knew his father was dying, and his father later died. So he was getting that sympathy regardless. He did not murder his family for sympathy. Maybe he murdered them, but he did it for some other reason. And I feel like if we had the real motive, if we had the real reason, it would make a lot more sense and it would be a lot more clean cut. For now, I don't believe that the prosecution has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Alex Murdaugh pulled the trigger. I don't believe that they have proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he had anything to do with the murder at all. Now, I do believe they've made a very strong circumstantial case that it really does seem like this man is guilty. He seems guilty. He looks guilty. His answers are guilty. He's been caught in a lie. The family weapons were used. The family weapons are missing. It looks bad, right? You have all the tidbits, though. His wife's phone was taken from the area, and his phone and his wife's phone were not moving together. That's huge. How did he do that? How did he do that? How did he get rid of her phone with his phone and her phone not moving together? Make that make sense. It doesn't seem to add up. Why were there two weapons used? Why would he not just have used the AR for both? Now, maybe there were two shooters and maybe he was one of them and had help from somebody else. Maybe he couldn't bring himself to shoot his son. Maybe he couldn't bring himself to shoot his wife, so he hired somebody else to take care of whichever one he couldn't do. Maybe he hired two people to come and do it, and he was just there. Maybe that would explain why there's not that much blood on his shirt. Was he that planned out? Where are the weapons? If he did it, you have his tracking, you have his wife's phone tracking, you know where they went, so where are the weapons? Did they turn their phones off? Was there no signal there? What happened? We haven't heard that information, right? We don't know why they can't find the murder weapons if they believe he did it and he acted alone. Now, something about a rain jacket he carried to his mother's house. He hid it up there. They found it. It had gunshot residue on the inside of it. What does that mean? Does that mean he was keeping the gun on the inside, raised it up, and fired it in secret? Is that what they're going for? What's going on, guys? I just wanted to jump in real quick and let you know that we do now have the SouthernLogic merch. We have the hoodies, t-shirts, sweaters, short sleeve, long sleeve, coffee cup, stickers. Go check it out. The link will be in the description below, along with my Cashapp and PayPal for anybody who wants to donate but don't want to do it through YouTube. Let's get back to the video. Another thing with those Snapchat videos, those videos were uploaded to Snapchat right before they believe that the murders took place. Alex is in those videos. His voice is heard. He sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. That is not deniable. That is him. So he is lying about not going down to the kennels, right? Because he was there on those videos. But were those videos from that day? Or were they just uploaded from the phone into the Snapchat? Were those videos downloaded from somewhere else? Who knows, right? I don't know. Maybe they got to that in the case. I haven't seen the whole thing with the Snapchat expert yet. But I'm assuming that they've done their verifications to make sure that these videos are from that period of time, right? So if those videos are right, the timing is right, they were recorded then. We have a missing shirt because he was wearing a different shirt in the tree video. And then we have him placed there. So we have him caught in a lie where he said he stayed at the house and then went to his mother's when he was clearly at the kennels, if those videos are from that day at that time, recorded, not just uploaded to Snapchat. Also, does it make sense that he used the two different weapons? I don't get it. Why a shotgun and then an AR? It really does make you believe that possibly there were two shooters, right? And here's something else I don't understand. He hired somebody to try to kill him, right? So if he hired somebody to do that, who's to say he didn't hire somebody to murder his son and his wife, right? Now, let's just jump into my opinions about all this. The way he's sitting in the courtroom and he's just nodding along while they're accusing him, when the witnesses are telling this happened and this happened and this was said and this is what I believe and this is what this is. And he's just steadily over there shaking his head, yeah. Now, I know he's a lawyer, so maybe that's just a force of habit and he's acknowledging that he's tracking, he's following, right? Because that is something some people do. But it looks terrible. So when I see him just shaking his head, yeah, while they're saying they believe Paul was shot in the head from this angle and this angle, and they believe that Alex did it, and he's just over there bobbing his head, yeah, agreeing with it. It looks terrible. Anyway, that's just my opinion, right? You know, I don't know. I have no idea. He may be completely innocent. He may be a victim of his name, because they say that the Murdaughs run that town, and the Murdaughs believe they're above the law, and they're lawyers, and they were district attorneys, and all that went on. Where I'm from, we had a sheriff, and that sheriff was the sheriff for like 40 years, and everybody believed he was super corrupt. And as a matter of fact, he's not the sheriff anymore because he was federally charged while in office. So he was doing some crime, but people thought he was super corrupt, like dealing drugs corrupt, like having people killed corrupt. Just because a lot of people in this area have that mindset of the sheriff, it didn't mean that all was true, right? You're going to have a lot of folklore put in on top of things that actually are happening. We don't know, just because of his family name, if this is all just a conspiracy against him, if he really is the type of person who would do something like this, or if he's the type of person who would have hired somebody else to do it, and the prosecution trying to make him out to be the shooter when he's not, and he's going to end up not being able to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt because they got the story wrong. I don't know. Maybe they'll get there. The trial's going on. They have more evidence to give. They have more witnesses to come forward. They have a circumstantial case. And if they can make the totality of the circumstance fit together to the point where it's inevitable that this is what happened, then they may get a guilty verdict. But for now, I don't believe they've proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Alex Murdaugh murdered Paul and Maggie, his wife and son. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel to see more, hit that notification bell so you'll get notified anytime I post. Have a great day. We'll see you later.